Hi everyone, it's Tammy with Blue Fern Studios, and welcome to my first video of 2022. Let's get started. Welcome back. I hope everybody had a good New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and that you're as excited to get started in 2022 as I am. I have been working on some stuff for my shop, and before we do today's project, I'll show you one of those. I'm going to be listing these later this evening, and it's basically another little stuffed pocket full of stuff that you can use in your journals, or you can, put it in like this, or you can take pieces out, however you want. I have 6 of them all together, and they are all very similar with the things that they have in them. Of course, some of the things, that I couldn't copy, like the Tim Holtz paper dolls and things like that, they will be different per pack. But most of these are finished pieces that I actually have possession of, and so I was able to run copies. So I'm going to go through one of them, and when you see one of them, you'll have an idea of what's in all of them. Each of these, I'm going to take everything out, and then as we put it back in, I'll show you what it is. The pocket itself is constructed out of an old piece of sheet music, out of a music book, and I didn't really do much to the back because I figured you'd be gluing it down. And then I've made a double pocket on the front with just some 4x6 scrapbook paper that I have. There's 3 different patterns, and they have a double pocket. And then I just made a little embellishment here. And this is a copy out of a book that I have that's vintage advertising. And it is... you can copy it. It's made for that. And then just printable here for the little tag. And I'm saying a lot already, and we're just now getting started. The first thing I did is I made just a journal card, and this is out of Tim Holtz craft cardstock. So I didn't put anything on the back because I thought that was still very writable. This is his colored cardstock that he came up with this past year. And I need to glue this really quick because it's bothering me. And I just did a collage on top of it. Now I can't get my pen back in my glue. Typical. Oh, I bent it. I bent my pen. Okay, there we go. And put this little Tim Holtz number up on the tab. So that's your first piece, and it, of course, goes in this big pocket at the top. Like so. Alright. Then I have just a tea-dyed doily with just a little safety pin on it that I just stuck down in there for you guys to use. This is a copy of an old Sears and Roebuck mail order envelope that I had, and I just ran a photocopy of it and stamped it to kind of age it up a little bit. So that is actually a piece that I own. This is also a piece that I own. It's a Canadian Pacific Railway ticket. And I just left journaling space on the back of that. This is a Southern Railway coach reservation ticket. And just stick that down in there. This is a postcard from a series that they were doing on the Erie Canal. And there's one of these in each of the packs, but each one does vary, obviously, because I couldn't photocopy this, and I wanted to give you something that was original. This is a photocopy of a 1940s driver's license that I do own. It's really cool. And I just did a photocopy and aged it up for you guys. And then, of course, this is a Tim Holtz photo booth photo on the that I just paper clipped on there for some interest. This is a library card that I put a Tim Holtz paper doll on, aged it up, teeth-dyed paper on the back. And I'm sure I'm not putting these back in the right place. This is just a little scrappy kind of notebook that I made. And I put a little one of Tim Holtz tiny clips on the top, but it just has random papers in it. This is an altered plain card. It's just covered with sewing pattern and then has a sticker on it, and it's been aged. And this is a printable from, I think it's My Porch Prints. And this is just a circle that I cut out of some of my William Morris paper. And it has a vellum sticker on it. Actually, I think this goes back here. See, I had them all nice and pretty. I should have just left it all in there. And then I've got two little tickets. This is let's see, bus ticket, which is an authentic vintage bus ticket. And then this is just one of Tim Holtz from his little ticket book. So there you go. That, and like I said, you get about the same thing in each one of them. It does vary just a little bit depending on, you know, what paper doll is in there and then what paper. I've got two that have this paper. I have two that have this paper. And I have two that has this paper, which this paper is printable from Tailor-Made Journals. It's the doilies on tea-dyed paper. So if you're interested in those, like I said, they will be listed later this evening. So in my, what I was going to do for 2022, I am going to today try something new with my, if you guys have been watching my videos or have followed me for very long, you know that I like to make my little zipper tags. And so I was trying to come up with something new. Not that I'm going to quit making my zipper tags because I love them, but I wanted to find a new use for my zippers. And so I'm going to try today to do, instead of a tag, I'm going to do a belly band and see how that comes out. And I'm hoping that it'll come out really cute and it'll be something else that I can do with my zippers, because I do love to work with them so much. So what I started with, which is really weird considering I hate to sew, but that's another story. What I started with, this is a piece of just drop cardstock from Tim Holtz, and I cut it 8 inches by, is that 2 3/4. I thought that was a good size for a belly band. Most people I know take a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and fold it in half. That's what they use for their journals. So by doing it 8 inches, it should fit in most people's journals that they're making. So that's what we're going to start with for our base, and I'm going to ink it up really quick. I didn't ink before I started the video, and I should have. I know it's really boring to sit and watch somebody ink up a piece of paper. And this lady is also from the same Tim Holtz paper. And she is going to be my focal point on the inside of the zipper where the zipper comes open. And so she is going to go right here. And I think I'm going to put her all the way to the top. Like so. So I'm going to get her, sorry I'm reaching for my glue book. I'm going to get her glued down first. I'm just going to use a glue stick for this. And whenever I do these, you know, your focal point for this kind of particular thing is going to be whatever's in the zipper opening, or at least that's the way I feel it should be anyway. Try to get my sleeves out of the way. I cannot stand to craft in long sleeves, but it's winter time, so I can't take being up here in like a t-shirt either, so it's a never-ending battle. This is a zipper that I'm going to use. It was actually longer. I think it was like 11 inches long. And they're very easy to cut off to get them to the length that you need them to be. And so my idea is to glue it on something like this so that you can see her through the opening and the zipper is open. And actually I'm going to zip that up just a little bit if I can. I don't want to pull it apart because I'll never get it back together. If it seems like it's going to be too much of trouble, I'm just going to leave it. There we go. Yeah. Okay. And to put this down, I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. I found out that it works the best for gluing the fabric to the paper. So I'm just going to run some glue. And some people that have watched my video and then made tags, they're like, well, you could zip the zipper up and put the paper on there and then unzip it. You can, except when you do that, if, like I'm going to be working with stripes, if I put the paper on there and then unzip it, my stripes aren't up and down, and I can't handle that. So I don't do it that way, but you are more than welcome to do it that way. Oops, if you want to. I always glue my zipper first, and then concentrating, and then tear my paper that I want to go on the outside. But you do whatever is comfortable for you. Okay, got that good and mashed down. Alright, so now we're going to take the two pieces that we're going to put here. And see what I'm saying? If that zipper was zipped up and you put the two pieces on there, then when you unzip it, the stripes are going to be like that. And I want my stripes to be straight up and down. And actually, I'm going to start up here because I want that wording. So what I do is I lay it flat and straight up and down. And then and this is a little bit fiddly, but I would rather do it this way. And like I said, if you want to do it where you're zipping it up and doing it, I'm sure that works just fine. And again, whatever you're more comfortable doing. And so what I'm doing is I'm just folding it back to expose the zipper. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And it doesn't have to be the same. It doesn't have to be even. The idea is that you want it to look like the paper or the zipper has, you know, unzipped the paper. Like so. Okay, and then what I'll do is I will take my tear ruler, and along that crease that I made, I'm going to tear my paper. And I'm going to tear it just a little bit to the outside of the crease because I want to roll it up when I glue it down. Again, it's a little bit fiddly, but it's worth it in the end, in my opinion. So there's that one. Well, how is everyone's weather? Ours is funky. We were 75 degrees yesterday, something like that. And we had some storms come through. And then tonight we're under a winter weather advisory for snow. So it's just been nuts around here, weather-wise. I'm going to ink this up, grunge it up really good. And I'm going to do both sides because when I put it back on here, we're going to roll it up. And so I want to make sure that both sides are nice and grungy. I'm not going to worry about the outer edge right now because I'll do it once I get everything glued down. Okay. So now, again, I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac, and that's because we are gluing paper to fabric. In my experience from doing these, it just works a whole lot better than, say, the art glitter glue. And I definitely wouldn't trust a glue stick to this. So, for 2022, I've been trying to think of what I would like to do as far as my journaling goes. What are my goals? What are my plans? And I am going to try to extend my videos to 3 times a week, first of all. As many of you that have been following me know, I still work full-time. And so, sometimes finding a extra day to put in a video when I'm working is difficult. But I'm going to try my best to do that because I do want to build up my channel, and I do want to be able to share with you guys some of the projects that I'm working on. And of course I can't do that if I'm not making videos. So I know that one of the things that I would like to do is a weekly video on inspiration video, I guess. And I think that what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to do a series of videos called I Saw It on Pinterest. And so each week what I will do is I will find something on Pinterest that I think looks interesting and do video on my interpretation of whatever it is that I found. I think that'll be a lot of fun, and I hope that it'll be fun for you guys, and I hope you'll join with me in doing some of the things that I find. I mean, you can always, you know, start the video. I'm going to try my best when I start the video to tell you what I have as far as, you know, supplies to do it. And then hopefully you'll do it with me. And then my second video is going to be some sort of I obviously I can't cut and think at the same time. Some sort of tutorial on either a journal I'm working on or some kind of process that I do to make items that go into my journals. And then I'm thinking that the third one is going to be, I participated in, even though I got a late start, I participated in the Margaret Miller Challenge, Collage Challenge, and I think I'm going to do that again this year, but I think I'm going to videotape it this year, or videotape it. I just dated myself, didn't I? Okay. So there's the basis of our belly band. Very similar to a tag, except obviously it's narrower and longer. So now let's do some embellishing. I pulled out some stuff to use, and I think the first thing I'm going to do is put this cluster on here. And this cluster is just, I make these ahead, and they're just like, that's a scrap piece of some kind of dolly. And this looks like a piece of, like a work shirt. And that looks like a piece of just old quilting. And some muslin, and a piece of crochet dolly, and a button. So, and I'll just stack those up. I'm gonna ink it just a tad. It looks just a little bit too new to me. So I think I'm gonna put that on there, and then I have this little sewing machine charm on a Tim Holtz tiny pin. I'm going to pin that on there. I think. Yeah, that's pretty cute. And then I have this piece of sewing pattern, and I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. I'd first thought that I was maybe put it... Yeah, I think I will. I'll just put it behind there like that. And then I have this piece of lace, and I was trying to decide if I wanted to put it up the side. That does look cute, doesn't it? I think I'll do that too. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac for that. My bottle's getting low. I'm going to have to get some more. Isn't it amazing how much glue we go through? Seems like I'm constantly buying some glue. I did get my art glitter glue ordered before it got too cold for them to ship it, although I don't know if it ever gets cold enough. I guess it does, to where they wouldn't ship it here, but I'm not really in one of the areas where it gets cold, but I don't know if they would actually not ship it here because of the weather. They could, I guess. And then, and I'm placing this up higher because I don't want it to cover the fact that there's a zipper there. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac on that as well. I'll put a little piece to hold this. Or a little, you know what I'm saying. Little dab. And then I have these cute little scissors that I'm going to stick right there. And I got those from Hobby Lobby. And they are... I just clamped them. They are... they're the Paper Source. Is that their store brand? I believe it is called the Paper Source or something like that. I'll wipe that glue off just a little bit. So it's not all shiny. Put my clamp on. All right, so there we go. And then the only other thing that I did was I made a journal card to go, you know, if it's in the journal, it's going to go like that. And so I'm going to put a tab on that. In this journal card, this paper is oh my goodness. I knew it till I was about to say it. I'll link it below because I'll have to look it up because my mind has just gone blank about who it is. And then I'm going to, this will be listed in my shop as well. And I'm going to include the belly band, the card, this little ribbon card, which is a digital from Digital Collage Club, and this little button card with these vintage buttons on it, and that is also from Digital Collage Club. So, pretty cute. I like it. Short and sweet video today, but I think it came out cute, and I have several of these that I'm going to be making and listing them as I get them made. So I hope you like that. The next video will, like I said, be the first in the I Saw It on Pinterest. And so I hope you'll come back and watch that with me, or do that with me, participate. Like I said, I'll try to remember to give a list of supplies when the video starts, and then you can pause the video and get your supplies together and work on it with me. So I hope everybody continues to have a great week, and let's go 2022. It has to be better than the last couple, and I say that as I knock on wood. Everybody stay healthy and stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.